Yeah, Bhavna from Delhi. So a lot of participation from Delhi today. Revati from Karnataka. Dawa from Ladakh. Nice. Someone from Mizoram. Interesting. Great. Someone from Delhi again. Okay. With that, let us get started. We have another 9 minutes to start the webinar. So right now what you're seeing is a pre-webinar presentation. Milal, please introduce yourselves in the chat box, your name, where are you coming from, and what do you currently do? It'll be great to get to know each other in the time that we have. FICCI, in partnership with the British Council, is proud to launch this 5-part series via Learning Path of a blend of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Supporting teachers and teacher educators, this series focuses on improving classroom practices and professional development. So the third webinar under this series is on From Teaching to Writing Materials. Learning and exposure for teachers and educators has been the inspiration behind FICCI webinars, and we at FICCI attempt to bring relevant and innovative work at your doorstep. So you can go through the different webinars and learning paths that we have conducted already on the FICCI webinars page. The link to the same will be pasted very shortly on the chat window. If you want to know what are the previous webinars that we have conducted, it'll be great to explore that page. We also believe that the educator's time is valuable, and we want to acknowledge your presence in this session. To this end, we will now be providing our participants with a certificate of attendance. This is made available to the participants who attend the entire session. And once you fill the feedback form, you will receive the certificate on your registered email ID. You can also join the FICCI webinar using 2 platforms. One is the Zoom and the other one is YouTube Live. Again, link of the same will be pasted shortly on the chat window. If anybody is not able to join the Zoom webinar space, they can also watch this on YouTube. Now I'll take you through some features on Zoom that you can use to have an engaging and productive session. You can see on the bottom left corner, there's a mic button. Please ensure that is always on mute. If you're not speaking, this is to ensure that there is minimum disturbance and we can hear the speaker speaking very clearly. If you want to say something, if you want to respond to something, please definitely unmute and then share. Also, you can see the video button right next to that. Please keep it off to reduce stress on the bandwidth. This is again to ensure that we have very smooth experience in the next 1 hour. Next, we have the chat button. That's going to be very, very useful for all the participants here. That's going to be a space where we will be interacting with each other much more. So if you have any questions or any doubts or any opinion that you want to share, please use the chat box to type in your thoughts. And also the questions that you type in the chat box, I'll be curating all of them. With the time that we have, I'll be asking those questions to a speaker today. So trying to address as many questions as possible. If you're joining using YouTube, you can also use the comment section on YouTube. There's a chat section. So you use that to interact with each other, type in your questions and thoughts there. One of our team members is also keeping an eye on that. So we'll be curating all your questions and asking them to our speaker at the end of this webinar. So, you know that it's like an online learning space. So it might be a little difficult to maybe retain everything that we learned at the end of this webinar. To ensure that we are remembering or we're just taking the most out of this webinar, please ensure that you talk to someone around you, your peers or your colleagues, to understand, okay, what did you learn from this and how can you apply what you learned in your practices. Also, you can watch the recording of this webinar and other resources on our website. Also, just check our website page to attend the coming webinars again to continue learning. FIRCI also launched its Teachers of India campaign. It is an initiative to recognize the contributions of the teaching community towards building a nation of capable learners and leaders. So if you are a teacher, we would really like to celebrate you. I know you have lots of stories as teacher, your experiences, maybe some experience with students or with parents. Please share your stories with us so that we can also celebrate you and your experience. The link to the same will be pasted shortly in the chat box. You can also see the link on our screen. So with that, I'm going to welcome everyone to this webinar. So welcome to FIRCI's webinar on From Teaching to Writing Materials. I'm Elizabeth Samuel, and you can all call me Ellie, and I work with the FIRCI team. I'll help you navigate through this webinar today. We will now watch a short video to help us understand the FIRCI website, the different features it has. I request Balamas to share your screen and show us the video.
The FIRCI website offers a diverse set of content for teachers to support them in their professional development as well as in their classrooms, and is free of charge and easy to use. In order to access the portal, type firki.co and you will be directed to the FIRCI website. To register on FIRCI, fill in a brief registration form. You can also sign in through your Google account. You will have to use your email ID in order to create an account on our website. This account is again free to create and use. Once you create your account and log in with your credentials, you will be directed to the dashboard. The dashboard would have notifications related to your profile, course progress, time spent, and your FIRCI discussion groups. To access different pedagogical courses, you can click on the courses link on the top left of the screen. The courses page allows you to choose courses based on difficulty level and category. The courses are also available in different regional languages. Feel free to browse the different courses we have in our catalog using the search bar above. Each FIRCI course is designed using the FITS model that stands for Feel, Imagine, Do, and Share. The Feel section of the course helps you identify your current practices. The Imagine section defines the practices that one should follow to improve teaching and learning outcomes. A detailed description of strategies are highlighted under the Do section that one can implement in the classroom and with their students. At last,